Hi again, it's Margaret, and I have a delicious recipe for you today, and it's an Italian bread salad called Panzanella. It is going to be gluten-free and full of raw vegetables and so good. It's great to take as an appetizer or even a salad to someone's home. It's different and it's really fresh and light and scrumptious. So let's get started about what you'll need. First of all, I had some tomatoes. These were just beautiful at the market, just little small grape or cherry tomatoes. And they came in a little bag, and I used the entire bag. So this is going to be for 2 people, but I'm pretty sure I'll have leftovers because this does get nicer as it goes. So the food kind of combines, the flavors mesh together, and it just really becomes a nicer dish even longer it sits. So this is about 1.5 cups of cherry tomatoes, and we'll put those right in there. Next, I have some fresh onion. If you don't do onion, you can easily omit it. I just had a sweet onion, and I used about almost half, but not quite. And I just did it in little chunks like this. I don't want it so small that it's difficult to get on the bite. Like with pico de gallo, you would make them smaller, but this is actually something that someone will be forking into their mouth, not, scooping on a chip. So I did want it to be a little bit bigger. So about half an onion, a sweet onion. This was an orange bell pepper, and it was beautiful. You could use red, you could use yellow, but because I already had the red in the tomatoes, I wanted to use an orange one, just to keep it fun with colors. Next, I'm going to put in a cucumber. Lost my knife. What did I do with it? So I want it to be, again, kind of fork size. So I'm going to use about, I'm not sure how much, but just probably almost this, or maybe this entire one. This was an English cucumber. You can peel them if you want, but there's a lot of vitamins and nutrients in the peel itself, so I kind of hate to do that. So I'm going to use about, this is about 3/4 of it, and that way I'll just have most of the cucumber. It's going to be a really fresh, crunchy salad. You can vary the vegetables that you put in there. If you didn't have fresh bell pepper, you could use something else. You could use like a roasted red pepper. Those are delicious, and it just adds a layer of flavor. So that would be good too. I have a stalk of celery, and this is not traditionally in Panzanella, so you can leave it out. But again, I really like crunchy vegetables, and I like a lot of flavor. And the celery won't soften up. It'll continue to stay crunchy, even if I have this again tomorrow. So it will help to add, just a layer of texture that would be good the second day. So that's why I like celery. Plus, it's good for you. So 1 stalk should be plenty. That looks about right. Next, I have some garlic. You could use garlic powder. You could use fresh garlic, or if you don't like garlic, guess what? Leave it out. That was 1 teaspoon of chopped garlic. Next, sorry, I have the bread itself. This is a really good bread. It's gluten-free because we are completely gluten-free. It's called 3 Bakers Ancient Grains, and it's soy-free and dairy-free. And it's got a lot of fiber in it. I really like this bread. I'm on my 2nd or 3rd loaf. And I left it out overnight to get hard. Then I toasted it. So this bread is crunchy. And you want it to be, not too small. So a few of the smaller pieces at the end, I'm just going to break into here. And the bread will absorb all the other flavors that we're going to put in here. Like I said, since it's gluten-free, now you could use a different bread. If you're not gluten-free, use your favorite bread. You're supposed to use day-old bread. That's why I left the bread, these 4 slices, really 5 when you put them all together, out overnight. These are not big pieces of bread because, again, I'm just having this for 2 people, and we'll probably have it a couple of times. Here we go. We've got all of our bread in there too. Next, I'm going to add in I have some dried herb de Provence, basically Italian herbs, and I'm going to put those in there. And I have some parsley. You can use fresh parsley. You don't have to use parsley at all. Traditionally, it's mostly made with basil only, but I like different herbs. I like the flavors, how they parsley is light and really brightens a dish. So I'm going to use some parsley as well as a lot of basil. I had some gorgeous basil. So I'm going to use several leaves, probably the equivalent of half a cup. And you can use more or less, but basil is so delicious, especially raw. If you cook basil, be sure and use it at the very, very end, because basil will lose its flavor really easily when cooked. All right, next I have pink Himalayan salt, which I'm going to put on top. I also have a little bit of apple cider vinegar. You could leave this out. You could use lemon juice instead. I'm not going to use much because I don't like vinegar too much. So that's about it for me. You could also add black olives, green olives, capers. Any of that would be great. I'm going to add some multi-color peppercorns because I like the flavor of pepper. This is not a spicy dish, but if you wanted it spicy, you could add red pepper flakes, and those would be great. A little extra virgin olive oil, not much. If you want it to be fat-free, you could use a little water instead. And then, let's give it a toss. I like to serve this over a bowl of fresh greens, and that becomes my entire meal. It could also just be a side salad on a plate with, you know, it would be delicious with really anything. Grilled vegetables. If you eat cheese, you could also add Parmesan cheese or fresh mozzarella to it. That always goes really well. It smells so good. Oh, it smells great. And the longer it continues to hang out and mesh together, the longer the vegetables and the bread will absorb the flavors that we just put in. So, okay, it has just sat there for a little while, and the way I like to serve it is I like to take fresh greens and just top those with it. Ooh, this is so pretty. So let's give it a try. That is delicious. It's so light and fresh. You can taste the colors. It's so good and so delicious. I love it. I think you're going to love it too. Again, if you're offended by any of the things or your body doesn't process them well, leave it out. Substitute with something else. You can even add a Parmesan cheese on top. This is a vegan version, and it's very good. I like that version a lot. But I wanted to give you one more tip. This was my breakfast this morning, and it is a papaya. And look at the color of it. It's not very pretty. It's not bright green anymore. And I literally let this sit in my house for a week, waiting for it to get kind of shriveled up, and just sometimes there's even a little bit of mold on the outside, not on the inside. But it just, you need it to get kind of gross, shriveled up, maybe a spot or two, and then the papaya is ready to eat. Not before. And I cut it in half, I scoop these seeds out, and then I take fresh lime juice and squeeze it. If I don't have lime, I'll use lemon. But my friend Mariana taught me this, and she always topped her fresh papaya with fresh lime juice, and it is so good. And I will sit and eat literally a half of one of these for breakfast, sometimes the whole one if I've worked out a lot and I'm really hungry. But that's just a tip. If you haven't tried a papaya, do it. They also come in a smaller variety, but I just love these topped with fresh lime juice, but only when they're really ripe. So, no charge for that tip. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up, and I hope you subscribe, and thanks for watching.